everyone, and welcome to Bedpost Podcast. I am your host, of course, as always, Erin Pym, and what I like to do here on the pod is bring fun and sexy guests into the studio to talk about sex and sexuality with me. Today, it's very exciting. We're in person, and we're on video. Whoa!
What a treat for the eyes and the ears and all of the senses, really.
A feast, yes.
A feast of the senses.
And those are the silky tones of Goddess Freya Fae, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Do you find your style of domination has changed over time, or has it been rooted in a specific archetype?
Let's say you.
I think yes and yes is the answer to that question.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely changed over the years, and that's also being rooted in this archetype of a goddess.
Yes.
I think just how I've grown in this role and how I've grown in my play and how I've grown in my education and knowledge, it just kind of solidifies the goddess archetype even more. And even just how I've grown as a human being, gravitating to different aspects of that archetype has also informed my style of domination. So I think it's like a kind of cycle of both.
Feedback loop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think my energy has, in general, I think it's relaxed a lot throughout the years I've been doing this. I think I was, just popped in my head, I'm just tired now. No, but like, there's this thing that happens, I think, when you're so eager and excited to be doing this job that you love, and it's very exciting. And I think that energy, that like very excitable, maybe intense, like energetic type energy, like that might be actually doing a disservice to the client and the client's experience. The first time I kind of came up against and like realized that like, oh, I need to talk less, or I need to breathe more, or I need to breathe deeper, or be more grounded. I think when I was like early on in my journey, and I would get booked for duos or trios, and we would be like cackling lunatics because we're so excited, but it would be like such a crazy energy that I was like, oh my god, I have audio overstim. Mm-hmm. Just like, and I'm doing it. Like, I'm the one doing it, and I'm hearing myself, and I'm hearing just so much like high-pitched fucking squeaking. I'm like, I think the first time I saw that, when there were multiple of us doing that same energy in a room, that I was like, oh, I think I need to move to a different place. Yeah, so I think naturally as I've matured, as you said, I think my domination style has also like grounded a bit more, and I'm just more relaxed and confident in my skills. So I don't feel the need anymore to like perform any sort of, so you don't get that like, I want to say eager, but like over eager energy. Mm-hmm. I think I probably had that a bit when I first started. Yeah.
The confidence has definitely grown.
Yeah.
As I've kind of traversed this whole experience. Why do more when can do less?
At Fin Analyst Guy, spanking therapy has been a trending topic. Has it?
I have.
Never heard of that. Okay. Other than when you typed
I'm intrigued though.
How would you do a spanking therapy session?
Okay. We have to first define what spanking therapy is. I mean, if it's,
I'm not aware that it's a thing.
I'm not aware that it's. Should we look up what spanking?
I can't because my phone's recording the thing.
Should we look it up?
Sure.
Let's look. Hold on. Oh my God! There's a Medical News Today article about it.
Okay.
Wait.
What does it say?
And a Healthline article. What?
Okay, so it actually is a thing apparently. Okay.
Okay. It's literally spanking.
To what end?
Spanking therapy uses spanking as a form of release. We knew that.
Yes.
People may choose to take part in spanking therapy to release stress and responsibility, explore power roles, or work through negative emotions or trauma.
Okay, yeah, so they're just saying
a spanking
get spanked. Yeah,
Spank.
do kink.
Do kink.
Do
They're
kink.
saying do kink.
Okay, I second that.
Lovely.
Great.
I love spanking therapy.
Great. I do it. So just spanking. Let's be clear. We don't need to call it
It's
spanking
just
therapy.
spanking
It's
therapy.
just spanking.
You
Yeah.
know, this is the clinicalized version of kink and BDSM. We have to call it
Spanking
X
therapy.
therapy.
Right.
Very interesting. I'm very intrigued now. Okay.
Okay. I mean, we do spanking scenes literally all the time.
All the time.
But like if I hear spanking therapy, I'm like, oh, there's a wellness angle, or there's a therapy role play angle.
Right.
Or the intention is to
Be embodied or
be embodied, or
something.
have a cathartic moment, or cry, or something.
Yes.
Yeah. So I would be just coaching them through the spanking,
Mhm.
and I would be like focusing on, directing them to focus on the physical sensation and to open themselves up and to breathe and to, whatever emotional response, it's all welcome. So I kind of just be guiding them through their spanking in that way.
Mhm. Yeah. Then borrows the other question, like what would feel therapeutic to them?
Mhm.
Is it something that's intense or is it something that's more slow and grounded? Like what's the flavor of the therapy or the spanking really is what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
At the Nerdy Autistic asks,
We keep getting the
there's a
Lovely.
teddy bear in the MedFet room in a lot of pictures. Do they have a name? Mr. MedFet. It's easy.
Spanky.
Oh, Spanky Bear's a
Spanky
different
Bear.
bear.
Spanky Bear is a different bear.
Yeah. No, there's a MedFet bear wearing
Right.
scrubs.
Yes, right, okay.
Mr. MedFet.
I thought it was Spanky Bear in the MedFet room for some reason. No.
Two different bears.
Spanky
Two
Bear was
different
also
names.
Spanky Bear at Ritual Chamber.
Well, that's Bad Baby Bear.
That's Bad Baby Bear.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Spanky Bear is yet a different bear.
No.
So many bears. At Leanne Sissy asks, when doing duo sessions, hello, how important is it to work off of the energy of the other dom during the session? Or are duo sessions more scripted as to what each of you will be doing? Great question.
Great question. Sometimes things have a bit of a script. I would say the duos for us don't. What is a script? I don't know what that word means for a duo with us. Yeah, we flow off of each other very well.
Yes.
I'll say that, how many years and how many duos have we done in this amount of time now? I don't think anything's ever been scripted past the activities that are actually wanting to be included in the session. And in terms of energy flow,
Oh, it flows, baby.
it flows.
But yeah, sometimes though, maybe the provider you're working with, like we both do duos with a lot of different people as well. And
sometimes scripted.
yeah, sometimes it's scripted because the other provider likes to work that way or likes to plan more, or it's because the client wants to work that way. So it's dependent on that. I think there's different factors. I think my preference is to plan less. Is to get like, okay, what's like the creative premise here? What are the activities, as you said, in general, what we're doing here?
What's the feeling?
What is the
What's the
feeling?
vibe we're going for?
What are this person's boundaries? Just like what are we doing here, rather than kind of talking more about specifics. For me, I'm gonna find all that out on the day.
Yeah, I think too as well, because some of that might change on the day.
Yes.
Sometimes it does.
Sometimes you think of, like, I have planned some sessions, and then I think of a way better thing in the moment
Yeah.
anyways. Like, I think I'm better at just trusting myself to plan
Mhm.
less at this point.
Mhm.
But I can do that because I've got a lot of experience now and a lot to draw from.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, and you and I specifically would do is we have a lot of experience to draw from
Yeah.
into how our duo sessions look. So I think we have relaxed a lot.
What could we say to somebody who hasn't had a duo with us before, like him?
They should do it.
Book the duo.
They should really
Should book
book
the
the duo.
At Miss Chloe Mars. Great. Okay. Are there any forms of play that you are feeling disenchanted or bored by? Love
what was the question? Are there any, what was the word?
Are there any forms of play
Forms of
that you are feeling
play.
disenchanted or bored by?
Forms of play. I like that question because that leaves it open to like, it could be activities, it could be just different
Yes.
energies, it could be, yeah. So does anything jump to mind for you?
Energies is.
The energy's got to be right.
The energy has to be right. Energies that I am disenchanted by are, we were talking about this earlier, when folks think that they can brat without actually talking about wanting to brat, or
Yeah,
even
the surprise bratting.
surprise bratting.
No.
Disenchanted.
Mm-hmm.
Bored. In fact, if you try it, I will make sure that I respond in a way that is.
You will not get the
You're
reaction
not going to get the reaction
you're looking for.
No.
Whereas, if you only asked,
Inquire.
then it could have been great.
Yeah.
You're bad.
I'm
You're bad.
bad.
Not my bad.
Not
You're
my
bad.
bad.
You're bad. Yeah. I think it's kind of funny. I think I'm so established in like the way I facilitate scenes. And I do change for the client. I interrogate like what they're here for and what they're looking for, and I create the vibe specifically for them. But if they don't give me anything, I come with my vibe, my default vibe. And then sometimes the person is not, I can tell right away, they're not receptive to it. They're not feeling my vibe. And I'm like, just immediately I'm like, number one, well, why are you booking me then? Number two, like, well, why didn't you tell me then what you wanted? It's because they don't have experience probably, or they don't know how to communicate it, so fine. But I think that's difficult where it's very clear that they don't know who I am or what I do. Yeah, so that's a bit annoying. I'm like, oh, you Googled me, you thought I was hot and booked me.
Yeah.
So that can sometimes work out fine, just fine. But like, what I appreciate more than that is like when somebody actually has some sort of idea of what I'm bringing to the table, and that's what they're booking me for.
Yes.
Again, that's a privileged thing of like, I prefer this over that. Sometimes you just take all the sessions anyway. But yes, there are some sessions we enjoy more than others. And for me, it's usually that reason.
Riffing off of that.
Yeah.
Disenchanted. So bored. Folks who will book role play and then say one word.
Aww.
Please don't do it.
Sweet baby angel. They wanted to try.
You're trying.
And then they...
Are you though?
Yeah, right. You can try harder.
How about more than one word?
Yeah, try a couple.
Be an active participant in the best way that you can.
Right.
Which is more than one word.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, you don't have to be monologuing, but like what is appreciated in those moments, like I'm gonna notice you're a bit quieter. So I'm gonna probably ask you questions to try and help you along to talk.
Yeah.
And when even that isn't working, it's a bit difficult.
Yes. At Saint Ella, XO asks, how do you balance being emotionally attuned and selective while also navigating the financial realities of this work?
Yeah, that's a good question, Ella. So in
Absolutely.
layman's terms, you know, it's like you've got to make money because it's your job, right? So navigating the balance of like, of course you want to only say yes to the requests that are really resonant to you and have the clients that are truly amazing and connected and like-minded. But the truth of the matter is you've got to make money. So how do you balance that?
I think, when was it when we had that circle and we were talking kind of about this and you had mentioned kind of the privilege of being able to say yes or no?
Yep.
Or the privilege of being able to say yes. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. It's like there are those times where, oh, it's being slower and you might want to kind of play with where your emotional boundaries are and say yes to something, or maybe when you're doing kind of better off in the month or the week, you might be more inclined to be more selective. So I think it's really day by day dependent, week by week dependent, month by month dependent on where that might land.
Yeah, and I think there's also an arc throughout your career of like the more experience you have in the industry and the more established you are as a professional plays into you know, you just have a stronger kind of base of regular humans that come and see you more often, and you have a bigger internet brand the more you add to it, so it's like you're easier to find even for new people. You know, if you're doing it for years and years. But something we did talk about at the Sex Worker Support Circle that you mentioned was that that timeline isn't as steep a curve like for some people rather than others. Like we talked about how like for marginalized folks it might take way longer to get to a point where you're in a privileged enough, like secure enough space in your career that you can say no to crappier requests, right? Like, so for somebody that's like fit, conventionally attractive, able-bodied, cis, white woman, yeah, she's probably feeling that a lot quicker than folks with marginalized identities. Yeah, so to give yourself a bit of room there, and we talked about how comparison, you know, is kind of just a thief overall as well. But yeah, it is a hard balance. I think in general, I'd like to say it gets easier the longer you do it. But as I said,
it all depends.
That might not be the case.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to be still hustling, you know, for those little hours that don't really resonate for you 10 years in, depending, you know? So I think it's just something that you have to try to find joy where you can. I think having work-life balance helps with that too. Of like, okay, where are other ways, you know, if my job feels taxing, where else in my life can I be finding joy? Yeah, if my job has to feel taxing because of circumstances.
Roman B asks, what special skills did you acquire before becoming a pro dom that still benefit you in your current profession?
Anything jump to mind for you?
I think honestly, if I'm going way back, it's basic customer service skills.
It's true. Yes, same for me. I have a lot of experience in the service industry, a little bit in retail industry. So we're service. It's customer service. We're service providers.
In fact, sometimes we're service jobs.
Yeah, a lot of times probably. Yes. And a lot of times I have to put on my customer service voice.
So much, especially in emails.
It comes in handy.
It does. Customer service really does come in handy.
Truly, because I think as pro-dominance, as we are, I think people maybe think we can get away with just being super rude to people because that's what the fantasy is, but we're not playing out the fantasy in the emails. We're just trying to get information, like booking information, trying to get our deposit, and you can't be rude at that point because I'm not dominating you while I'm trying to get the deposit.
No, I'm doing customer service.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be firm and concise and polite.
And professional.
And professional.
In fact, professional's even in the name. Professional domination.
Yeah, I always also think for me, I have a performing background as well, so I think at times that really comes into play for sure.
Yes.
Specifically, like for role plays and whatnot. Yeah, I'm really just comfortable, and I think I feel my like roles that I play. I think they feel really authentic, and I think that is in part due to my like performing background.